there's no better feeling in the world to me than going down the ice and scoring a goal and knowing 18,000 people are all cheering for you.
He scores on a deflection. Put it off the goal by Brett Hall. Next one with 2:51 to go. Hall, number 86.
This trophy symbolizes excellence, the NHL's most valuable player. In 1991, it belongs to the Blues' number 16, a blonde bomber whose very name creates excitement.
He is a great one. Brett Hall is incredible.
The mere sight of this jersey inspires fear in goaltenders. He's the son of a hockey legend, but he's quickly writing the chapters to his own storybook career. During the past 2 seasons, no one has outgunned the man they call the Golden Breath. With a shot that's as explosive as a weapon of war, Hull's missiles usually find their mark. More than a hockey player, more than the league's most valuable player, he is hockey's newest star, someone who has transcended the game, becoming an international celebrity.
2-on-1 break with Brindamore. Hall in at right wing, a shot. He scores! Brett Hall! Puck drops. Sezel kicks it. Back to Hall. He winds up the shot. He scores! He scores! Brett Hall! This is incredible! Here across the Boston line. Great move around to man and a goal shot. He scores! What a goal by Brett Hall! Oates over the Los Angeles line to Brown. Left side, Hall in front. He shoots. He scores! Brett Hall! The center left wing to Mongeau. Across the line for Oates. The Hall a shot. He scores! Brett Hall a tip in. And the Blues lead 1-0.
Join us as we relive the many great goals, the magic moments. We'll also go behind the scenes and visit with Brett at home. Watch him score big on the golf course. Learn about his passion for good old rock and roll music. Go on the set for a superstar shoot. Meet with Mom, who loves to talk about her little boy Brett. And of course, hear from the legend himself, Bobby Hull, a proud papa who now watches his son, his legacy, demolish NHL scoring records. It's all here in Brett Hall, hockey's Top Gun.
He scores! He scores! He scores! The Hall, he shoots, he scores!
You know, I've said it before, I wake up every day scared to death that I will never score another goal.
Here's Paul Cavallini. Ahead to Hall. He's in alone. A shot. He scores! Brett Hall, number 86.
The season ends, and you look back, and I go, I just got 86 goals. What the heck am I going to do now?
And Hall has it. One man back. Hall around him in. A shot. He scores! What a goal by Brett Hall! Lost it. Here's Oates, a great pass to Hall. He's got a break on right wing and alone. A shot. He scores! Brett Hall! And the Blues lead 2-1. He's done it again.
This is just a tremendous honor, and you know, I'd like to thank the it's unreal. The writers for choosing me. You just look back at all the great people who won this award, and it's just a thrill to be on the ballot. And then I win the Hart Trophy, and you just look at the people who've won that, and including my father and Wayne Gretzky, Mark Messier, Bobby Orr, Gordie Howe. I mean, these are legends, and all of a sudden I'm thrown in this group of people, and you know, I have no idea what to say. Or people say congratulations, what a tremendous year, well deserved to win the Hart Trophy, and I don't know what to say. I only know, I just say it was very fun to play, and I hope I can continue to play with that at that level for a long time.
As the league's most valuable player during the 1990-91 season, Brett Hall may have surprised even himself. 86 times his shots found the back of the net. Goals scored from every conceivable angle. Goals bringing fans in St. Louis and around the NHL on their collective feet. 86 incredible times.
A shot, rebound, Lowry there, and he put it off the leg. Rebound, Hall, a shot, he scores! Brett Hall! can't clear. Paul Cavallini centers to Hall. He shoots and scores! Paul Cavallini sets up Hall, and there is number 76.
You know, I go out there and I seem to have a knack for finding the openings, and I can shoot the puck pretty well. But other than that, you know, it's been said I'm not that great a skater. I'm not that good defensively. I'm getting better, but I'm still not that great a team leader. That's something I'm working on more and more every day. But it's those things, you know, I don't kill penalties. It's those little things that make you the great player, and I don't do a lot of those little things very well. And until I do, and until I can become the complete player like a Wayne Gretzky, I won't consider myself that good.
The headlines scream of greatness for the player who doesn't feel he's all that special. Over the past few years, Hull's hockey heroics have made big news throughout North America. Of course, it helps when you score 158 goals in just 2 seasons.
And tonight's #1 star, no doubt about it, Brett Hull, had 2 goals and 2 assists, including his 50th of the year. And the #1 star, Brett Hull. He scored twice. And our Budweiser first star, no question about it, Brett Hull, with 3 goals and 1 assist. And the #1 star with a hat trick is Brett Hull.
It's very difficult for me to be recognized as one of the greats because everyone tells you how good you are, and that's very hard for me to accept.
Recently, Hull wore the red, white, and blue jersey of Team USA in the Canada Cup Series. Brett also wore a wireless mic for this game against Czechoslovakia. Playing for his country and for national pride fueled the NHL's top gun with even more enthusiasm.
That'll work, boys. Boy, Wally! Hey, boy! Oh! Get that son of a Musel! Oh! My gosh! Killing me. Oh! Ah, come on! Okay. Come on! That's a bad call. Look at the 2D up there. I like it. Come here, Chili! Stay high! Yeah! Come here, Chili! Yeah! Boy, Turk! Oh, wait.
Whether playing for the red, white, and blue or the St. Louis Blues, the Golden Brett always gives his fans a hull of a show.
There is no doubt that he brought this franchise to to a higher echelon of achievement and identification, first with our fans, number 2 with the league authorities. The opponents have now noticed that the Blues are a better team, and Brett has just skyrocketed.
Around again, works into Brett Hull, a drive, he scores! What a rocket by Brett Hull! That is number 60 for the Golden Brett.
I consciously know in my mind when he comes on the ice, and I try and let the viewers or the listeners know when the Blues change and he comes on the ice, because every time he's on the ice, the focus is on him.
Right wing to Hall, across the line, to Gino Cavallini, back to Hall behind the goal, wrap around, shoots, he scores! Brett Hull, number 25!
I think he's the kind of guy you come and pay your money to watch. You know, he's electrifying. There's a few athletes out there who are like that. He happens to be in that category that you want to watch him, because at any time anything can happen.
He slams the puck off the glass to Brett Hull, winding up to his own line, to the red line, a slap shot. He scores! Brett Hull from just over the center red line scores against Balfour.
Well, he seems to get about 12 or 13 shots a game, and you know, he's got such a good shot. You know, you have to be right on your game, otherwise he's going to get 2 or 3 on you.
And Howard, Chuck, and Oates ready again for another face-off. Oates kicks it to Hall, he shot, he scores! In overtime! Oh, it's unbelievable!
He's always in the slot, and like I said before, with his release, I mean, it's tough to get set on the shot because he shoots a lot between the legs and it makes the goalie look bad, and I don't like to look bad.
Checked in the corner by Scrudlin. Now Stevens gets it, a rocket, a save by Waugh. Oates far corner to Hall, a shot, he scores! Brett Hall, a power play goal, number 45, and it's 1-1. There's that shot again, folks.
When Brett Hall has the puck in the slot, a lot of NHL goalies can look bad. That's when he unleashes his uniquely wicked snapshot. It's a combination wrist and slap shot that's enabled Hall to go from gunner to goal scorer, the greatest goal scorer in the NHL today.
I can't take a slap shot anymore. I don't know what it is. I've got a reputation for having a great shot, and I really appreciate that, and I certainly don't want to lose it, but I think my wrist shot's harder than my slap shot.
Brown moves in, plays the puck into the corner to Hall. He comes in front, shoots, he scores! Brett Hall! My, oh my, what a shot upstairs! Holy cow!
I learned after I scored 41 goals and was told that I could do so much better. I said, well, how can I do so much better? And I thought about the way I played, and I said, well, you're certainly not going to ever score 50 goals or 60 goals by taking slap shots every time you touch the puck. You're going to have to maneuver yourself somehow closer in and develop that wrist shot.
Right wing feed to Hall. He's in the clear on right wing, a shot. He scores! Brett Hall!
That's the most awesome weapon in hockey right now, I think, is the snap shot.
Blues, Hall over the line, cutting in the left wing, a shot. He scores! Brett Hall!
That boy could always shoot. When he was 10 years old, he could stand at the red line, and he could literally wrist the puck in the net, and it would be at least a foot off the ground. Stand at the red line, wrist one after the other, right into the net, which is amazing. I don't think there's some pros that can do that.
Left wing pass to Dennis Hall, and Dennis hurries in, leaves it for Bobby. Shot, score, 600 National Hockey League goal!
Some of this is an obvious gift of genetics. Back in the 60s, Brett's father, Bobby, revolutionized the game of hockey with his explosive slap shot. The Golden Jet, as he was called, was the first NHL player to score more than 50 goals in a single season. In fact, during the course of his 16 NHL years, Bobby and his booming shot scored 610 goals. And eventually, Chicago's number 9 blasted his way into hockey's Hall of Fame. And now, that awesome shot, that incredible scoring touch, has been passed down from the legend to the legacy.
It's unbelievable. I'm not a real religious man. I certainly believe in God, but I don't go to church and pray and things. I figure He knows I believe, and that's good enough for me. But that has to be a God-given talent. I don't know how I do it. I just get it and release it, and it seems to go very, very hard and very accurate. And honest to God, I have no idea how I do it, but it's something I'm very thankful for.
And Brett Hall can score him any which way. He gets the puck and he shoots it without the goaltender knowing. And I didn't even know. And I used to love to score goals, but I just blasted them. And I used to watch Brett. I said, how does he do it? And then I saw if a goaltender put his weight on the left foot, he'd throw it beside his left foot. If he came out and put it on his weight on his right foot, he'd throw it past him on the right foot. I never could think that way.
You know, I found out when I was 16 or 17 that I was Brett Hull, and I was never going to be anyone but Brett Hull, and there was no sense trying to be Bobby Hull or ever play like him, because there's only one of him and there only ever will be.
He plays all over the ice. I just knew that I could skate, and I had conditioning and could shoot the puck, but he plays so well without the puck.
He's fun to watch, isn't he?
Great to watch.
I definitely think it's some type of genetics. I mean, I watched his father play, and he had a tremendous shot. He innovated the game with the curve and the hockey stick. And I think that Brett's innovating the game, just showing guys that if you get in the right position and release the puck hard and quick and pick your spot, it goes in.
This jersey represents a career turning point for Brett Hull. It's his St. Louis Blues jersey. Brett first wore it back in March of 1988. At that time, he was traded by the Calgary Flames to the Blues. Things haven't been the same since.
As a part-time player with Calgary, he scored 25 and 27. And it entered my mind that one day he'll want to achieve more because that's how his dad was. Ultimate achievement. And the trade was not easy. I mean, we had to pull a few strings. It cost us Ramage and Walmsley. But, and they won a Stanley Cup with these two players in their lineup. But it was strictly some kind of a miracle that Brett became the Brett that we know, and we still have a lot of good moments ahead with him.
And then getting traded to St. Louis, that's the greatest thing that's happened to me. You know, I've had 86 goals. I've scored 50 goals in under 50 games and 72 goals. I won the Hart Trophy, but getting a chance to go to St. Louis, it's the best thing that's happened to my hockey career.
Brian Johnson there. Here's Brian. And now breaking in, Brett Hull. Here's Halsey coming in. The shot. He scores! Tie hockey game.
Hull has always shown a knack for scoring. As a sophomore at the University of Minnesota Duluth, he led the collegiate ranks in scoring with 52 goals. And in just 2 years as a Bulldog, Hull blasted home 84 goals.
He could light it up. His presence on the ice, he commanded a lot of respect from the players in the league and around the country. I've never seen anybody that could release a shot as quickly as him, as being accurate as him. He gave me a lot of thrills both on and off the ice. He was one of the few players that I can never remember that seemed to legitimately smile when they played, and I still see that in him today.
The smiling college star was drafted by Calgary in the 6th round of the 1984 amateur draft. And though Brett scored often during his years with the Flames, there was a feeling around the NHL that the guy with the golden hair and the golden shot was a bit too laid back and maybe a bit too carefree to ever fully tap his tremendous potential.
You look in the dressing room before games and you see the guys and they're like this and they're shaking, and I look and I just say, you can't play hockey like that. It's a game of reaction and agility and touch and timing, and if you're all tense and nervous, you're not going to have any of that, and you're not going to be successful. And I go about the game with a fun-loving attitude, and it looks like I'm not putting out effort. My father's in the Hall of Fame, and my mother was in the Ice Capades. The game comes pretty natural to me, and it may look like I'm not trying, but it's just one of those things where it comes so natural that it looks that way, and that they put that label on me. That probably hurt the most out of anything anyone's ever said to me. So I had to go out and prove them wrong.
Hull credits Brian Sutter for giving him the motivation to forever erase the tag potential star from his name. During the 1988-89 season, Brett's first full year with the Blues, he scored 41 times. For most players, that's a career season. But Sutter saw there was more to give, and he wasn't shy about asking for it.
You got to grow and you got to get better all the time, and the guys that aren't going to get better or aren't capable of getting better, you don't want them around because your hockey club can't improve. And again, Brett's a key guy in our team, and he was a young man just learning and getting his feet wet in the National Hockey League. It was his first full year, and to score 40-some goals is a feat in the National Hockey League, and it was very important to the amount of success we had. But we felt that he could give more, and we didn't have any question at all. And again, we're very reasonable as coaches and as an organization, but we're very demanding too. And if an individual is demanding of himself and is responsible to himself, he's going to get better, and Brett did.
Wilson now allows Eagles to move to center ice. Hull intercepts. Moving in. Shoots. He scores! Brett Hull has the hat trick!
They felt in me that I could do the job offensively, and Brian Sutter told me, and he, along with the other coaches, he says, it was the year after I'd scored 41 goals, and I was feeling pretty good about myself. It was only my second full year in the league, and I just gotten 41 goals, and I'm going, and he called me in the office for the end of the year one-on-one meetings, and in not so many words told me that wasn't good enough, and that they expect more out of me, and they know that I can do better, and they want me to be more of a team leader, and they want me to take the team by the horns and lead them on their way. And I said, to myself, I looked and I said, there's a guy, played 13 years in the league, and, he gave 120% every game, and he's looking at a kid who's coming in here, and he sees something in him, and I said, he's got that kind of confidence in me. I think maybe I should show it in myself, and I went and I don't know if I changed my attitude, but I changed my direction. I put myself more of a, go and do it instead of being, you can be laid back, but show some focus.
Hull's refocused game has brought these fans and this superstar many special moments. Two in particular stand out. The first occurred at the St. Louis Arena on February 6th, 1990. The night Brett Hull became a 50-goal scorer for the first time. It was a night the Hull family will never forget.
Right before you scored the goal, it looked like you got bumped around a little bit.
That's like I said earlier, that's the way Toronto...
For the better part of an hour, the questions came ringing like a Brett Hull slapshot. A throng of reporters clustered around Hull's locker, a scene resembling a presidential news conference. But the topic here was goals, not Gorbachev. Everyone wanted to relive number 50.
It was a big thrill in my life so far, and you got to give credit to the guys around the ice with, and Sergio Masso. He made a great...
For the Hull family, this magic evening began hours earlier. As Brett took a pregame skate, he knew full well that his famous father was on hand. Bobby Hull, the Golden Jet, one of the NHL's legendary scorers. Brett Hull was gunning for a goal that would make the Hulls the only father-son team in history to score 50 during a single season. It's the kind of story Hollywood loves. Early in the game, Bobby Hull and some 14,000 Blues fans thought they'd witnessed historic number 50. But officials ruled a blistering Hull slapshot actually went in off the skate of Paul McLean. The Blues took the lead, and an anxious father took it all in stride.
Well, they said he didn't get the goal, so I don't know. They announced it differently. So maybe it went in off McLean, so I don't know.
Throughout the game, a determined Brett Hull tantalized the crowd with several near misses. The fans were ready. History just a shot away. The frustrated Toronto Maple Leafs were intent on watching number 16. In the NHL, hockey heroes named Hull paid dearly for success. High above the arena ice, the kid's dad also watched. Early in the third period, it happened.
So ahead to Hull, breakaway at the blue line. A breakaway for Hull, going for 50. He scores! Brett Hull has his 50th goal on a breakaway. A breakaway gives Hull the historic goal, his 50th, and they go wild here at the arena. His 50th of the season. This was all worth it, wasn't it?
On this historic evening, the arena scoreboard was full of fives. The Blues led 5-3. Hull's 50th goal came at 5:55 of the third period. As a smiling Brett Hull left the ice, the biggest grin of all belonged to this famous father. For hockey's Hulls, it was a magical evening. 50 goals and many special memories this proud papa and his little boy will cherish forever.
Well, I guess the folks here, these 13-some-odd thousand people, they showed us what it all means. And when you can have a group of people appreciate you that much, then you know how much you mean to the sport and how much you mean to the game. And he means that and a whole lot more to me.
Hull finished the 89-90 season with an amazing 72 goals. After the season, the Blues rewarded him with a multi-million-dollar contract. Hockey's top gun was now one of hockey's highest-paid players. Yet the feeling of jubilation was overshadowed by the nagging question, how do you top 72 goals? Hull seemed ready to supply the answer.
And now, with a special presentation to Blues right winger Brett Hull, here's Chairman Mike Shanahan.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Brett Hull has become only the 5th player in National Hockey League history to score 50 goals in 50 games, joining the Rocket Richard, Mike Bossy, Wayne Gretzky, and Mario Lemieux. He has become only the 3rd player to score 50 in less than 50 games. Brett, we are proud of your accomplishments on the ice, and equally as proud that you wear the blue note. As a commemoration of the 50th goal, ladies and gentlemen, we have a crystal puck for Brett in honor of scoring 50 goals in 49 games and for a fine young gentleman and hockey player.
The second and greatest Hull hockey milestone occurred during the 90-91 season, when Brett became one of the few in NHL history to reach the magical plateau of 50 goals in 50 games. The place, Detroit's Joe Louis Arena. The date, January 25th, 1991.
I was extremely nervous about it, and because that's something that just doesn't happen all the time. And I said, I mean, Wayne Gretzky and Mario Lemieux are the only guys to have ever done it, and I certainly don't want it to slip through my hands. And we were in Detroit, and we were playing, and God, had some good chances really early in Detroit, and finally we had a power play at the end of the second period.
To Brown, fakes the shot, now for Hull. Hull fakes it, shoots, he scores! Number 49 for Brett Hull, a power play goal, and the Blues lead 7-2. He's one away from 50.
First thing, went out in third period in the first shift. Scott Steven lugged it up on the power play, and I came swinging in late. He threw it over to Adam Oates on the right boards, and I came down the left side and swung in, and he laid it right out to me, and I...
Stevens off a check, right wing to Oates. Oates gives it in front to Hull, a shoot, he scores! Brett Hull, number 50! He scores from the slot, and Hull has number 50. He becomes only the 5th player in NHL history to score 50 goals in 50 games. Number 16.
It was just unbelievable. I mean, it's the greatest thing was that it was from Adam. The guy had done so much for me my whole season, and not only this one, the last one, and to have him give me that goal, it was just unbelievable.
The on-ice poetry between Adam Oates and Brett Hull does indeed border on the unbelievable. Oates is the classic playmaker, Hull, the big gunner. Together, Hull and Oates resemble a famous pop duo, one cranking out hits all over the ice.
Blues with the draw, back to the point, left point, Stevens. Along the boards to Hull, back to Stevens, down the right point to Oates. In front to Hull, he scores! On a deflection! Oh, what a play! A give and go! Face off inside the Minnesota line, Oates sneaks in front to Hull, he scores! On a tip-in, Brett Hull set up beautifully by Oates. They both somehow get behind enemy lines. Here's Oates, a great pass to Hull. He's got a break on right wing and alone, a shot, he scores!
He told me one day, and I thought this was one of the greatest things anyone's ever said to me. He goes, you know, you just go out and you get open. I don't care if there's 8 other guys on the ice with us. I'm not looking for them. I'm looking for you. And I thought that was great. Hold it. That won't get in the movie.
That's a keeper.
That won't get in the movie, believe me.
When he's not teeing off on goalies, you'll probably find Brett teeing off on the golf course. Golf is this gunner's favorite hobby.
No, I hit my knee on the way out. That won't make the film either. At least I know, since I've got editing power, we'll only see good shots. Oh, I just hit it out of bounds. Well, let's see if I can make a putt here. Good luck. I got tree damage on my ball.
The Hull shot, he scores! An unbelievable shot again by Brett Hull from the slot.
It's become a passion with me and something I just cannot get enough of. just the thrill of going out every day and having a chance of shooting under 70 or shooting par or even just going out with your friends and having a good time. It's just, it's the greatest game. I'd rather play golf than hockey any day. I'd like to hit them into the lake.
During the summer, you're likely to find Hall at the water's edge of his Duluth, Minnesota lakeside home, blasting golf balls into oblivion. But if golf is his passion, then music is his love.
I just hit 2 of the best shots I've ever hit. You know, there's Neil Young and Bob Dylan and the Doobie Brothers, the Doors, Paul McCartney and Wings, Traffic. There's just, there's such a wide range, but they're all old and they're all classic rock and roll. That's really what it is.
One of this rocker's favorite mementos is this autographed photo. It was given to Brett from one of his idols, rock star Neil Young.
And then last year I went to a Neil Young concert here at the Fox in St. Louis and got the chance to go backstage and meet Neil Young and Crazy Horse. And
what was that like?
That was awesome because Neil Young is like my all-time favorite because when I first started listening to music, he's Neil Young decade is what I was listening to, and I had one speaker in my car and a little tape deck, and that's all I listened to. And I went backstage and met him, and his father's in the Hockey Hall of Fame as a sports writer. Ralph Molina said, go for the big 100, and Neil wrote to Brett, he shoots, he scores. Neil Young. It's great. It's a cherished collection for me.
There is another cherished collection Brett is most proud of. These hockey sticks belong to some of the NHL's biggest stars. There are about a dozen at Hull's St. Louis home.
I got Mark Messier, who is, he's the second best, I think, all-around player in the league. And then I got 2 of the great ones. I got one of his old Titans that he used to use, and I've got one of his new aluminums that he uses now when he's in LA. I just wish they'd make my aluminums nice and shiny like this. So, Wayne, he, to Brett, health and happiness to you and your family, Wayne Gretzky. And then some of the guys are a little bit different, like Awesome Year, Stay Cool, Mark Messier. Phil Housley, to Brett, keep Phil in the net, friends always, Phil Housley. And Mr. Lafleur wrote something in French, and I can't read it.
Anytime you're ready, just stay when you stop. Just stay there. Go ahead.
The NHL's top scorer is also one of its brightest media darlings. Over the past several years, Hull's celebrity status has been rising faster than one of his blistering slap shots. It seems like everyone wants a piece of Hull. His rugged good looks and million-dollar smile have graced the pages of countless posters and publications. The cover shoots are one thing. Now, there's even a Brett Hull and Wayne Gretzky game, a computer contest between the NHL's 2 biggest stars. But the marketing of hockey's top gun doesn't end here.
And action!
The personable Hull is also in demand as a commercial spokesman. This video is from a recent filming of a Midas Muffler TV spot.
Scene 3, take 1. And action.
Nobody?
So Brett, right when you stop is when you're going to say nobody. Okay. Scene 3, take 2. And action.
Nobody? You know, I've had the good fortune of being asked by Coca-Cola in St. Louis and Midas in Canada and Noma in Canada, and those are top quality companies, and I respect what they've done and what they do for the communities, and you know, I like the limelight. I like you know, I like to be in front of the camera at times, and it's fun to do things like that.
3, take 3. And action.
Nobody?
Cut.
very comfortable with the camera. He's very comfortable with people, and those type of things result in usually the image not being a contrived image of any means, but actually what you see is what you get. And with Brett Hull, he's a fun-loving guy. He's very, very approachable, and the camera shows that.
A goal scorer, especially one with a famous surname, makes Brett the target of autograph seekers everywhere. After most games, he's mobbed. It seems that fans around the world can't get enough of hockey's new golden boy.
Dear Brett, my name is Bill. I'm 10 years old and in grade 5. I hope this year you get the MVP. My dad's favorite player is Mark Messier. I have no idea why he likes him. I like you.
In front of Hull, he scores on a deflection.
You are a great player. You are my favorite player. You are the best player. Love, David, age 5.
Left it for Hull. Backhander. He scores! Brett Hull!
Dear Brett Hull, can you send me a picture and an autograph? My brother wants one too. Love, Brett and Keith. My name is the same as yours.
Their first names may be the same, but in the National Hockey League, there's only one Brett Hull, and not many players electrify crowds like the Blues' number 16.
Here's a breakaway for Brett Hull, coming in on Hackett. There's 65. On right wing, good speed, a shot. He scores! What a goal by Brett Hull! Post kicks it to Hull, a shot, he scores! In overtime, oh, it's unbelievable!
As the goals keep coming and the Hull legend grows, so too does his popularity. The Golden Brett celebrity status is rising as fast as one of his patented slap shots. One barometer of Hull's popularity is the old mailbag. Each day, Blues secretary Lynn Diedrichson sorts through the team's incoming mail. This used to be a rather routine job, but no more. Hull alone receives about 200 letters a day, and sometimes more than 1,000 per week. No other player in Blues history has ever appealed to pen pals and autograph hounds like Brett Hull.
All over the United States, a lot of Europe, Japan. The other week he got one from Japan, Finland, Czechoslovakia, Germany, everywhere. He's phenomenal.
It's really neat looking at the places the letters come from. I mean, little small towns in Pennsylvania and Virginia and Czechoslovakia and Sweden and places like that. And it's a neat feeling to be known that far around the world, and it's kind of flattering, to tell you the truth.
Hull reads much of his own mail and responds to almost every autograph request. Some of the requests, though, border on the bizarre. People write Brett asking for money, investment opportunities, personal time, and worldly advice. Hull sends something to every letter writer. Even the Dear Abby or Dear Brett letters receive a reply.
Dear Brett, I'm sorry about your ankle, but I have problems too. I dropped out of school, so they told me to start over, so I just quit. And Brett sends a reply. I'm not accustomed to giving people advice, but an education is very important to all your future success.
There's a couple marriage proposals, and I named my son after you, which I find really weird, but I get an awful lot from older people telling me that when they were young, like their kids, they wrote my father, and he sent them back a picture, and that's kind of a neat feeling as well.
Gives it in front to Hull, a shoot, he scores! Brett Hull, number 50!
With each new goal, the Brett Hull fanfare increases. So too does the Brett Hull fan mail. The avalanche of goals and the avalanche of mail go hand in hand. Maybe it's safe to say that Brett Hull delivers the mail both on and off the ice.
Brett used to take a frozen tennis ball in the ear or in the forehead a few times, and he'd go down in a heap and start to cry, and this was when he was about 11 or 12, and we'd go, Brett, get up or Mom will come out and we won't be able to play ball hockey anymore. And up he'd come into the goal. He'd go, okay, come on, let's go. And we'd switch balls, and off we'd go with a little more thawed tennis ball, and we'd play all afternoon with that, and he'd tougher than nails, that kid.
Along the near boards, 2 outs, back to Brown, now to Scott Stevens, left side to Hull, blast, he scores! Brett Hull from Brown and Stevens, a power play goal!
Oh, Brett was a loving, loving child. He was, I mean, just the dimples give him away. There's several pictures I see of Brett that I just love, and he's always been such a thoughtful little boy. He never forgot my birthday or Mother's Day, and he always made something or drew me a picture. Those are the kind of things that really meant a lot to me. And if he did any wrong, he was always the first to right it. So he's just a great little boy, and he was a great little boy, and to me, he's still a little boy.
One woman who's not surprised by Brett's astounding success is the person who knows him best, Mother Joanne. Pictures of her little boy span the many years. They represent priceless nuggets, stories and memories which Brett's biggest fan proudly shares.
He could hardly skate. He used to, step around like this, how little kids do. And the older two boys were playing, Bob and Blake were playing on the Elmhurst Huskies already, and it was a house league game. They were going to play against him. And the tears came out of our eyes because he couldn't skate to a face-off, so the referee would pick him up and take him to the face-off. And so the referee forgot him, and he left him right down at the goal mouth. There he was, right outside the crease. They came down, the puck came loose, and he got the winning goal.
From a little guy with dreams of game-winning goals to the National Hockey League's top gun, no doubt, Brett Hull has blasted his way to stardom.
Over the line to Gordon, in front for Hull. He scores! Oh, what a great, great play! Here's Brett Hull in the left wing, right in a shot. He scores! Brett Hull! Gino Cavalier band on it. Oates to Hull. A shot. He scores! Brett Hull!
The big goals, the adoring fans, the legendary name. Brett Hull certainly has provided plenty of thrills over the past few years. But fasten your seatbelts. The joyride is just beginning. There's plenty of firepower left in this big shot, and now the NHL's top gun is ready to climb back into the cockpit. Soon, he will be soaring to even greater heights.
Chance over to Hull. He shoots and scores. Oh! 5-4. Puck drops. Zezel kicks it. Back to Hull. He winds up the shot. He scores! He scores! Brett Hull! This is incredible!
I'm looking at it one day at a time. I hope it never ends. Like I said, I'm having the time of my life, and I hope that everyone that has a chance to be with me will have just as much fun as I'm having.